welcome to a quick coffee chat. Happy Easter, everyone. I hope your day is going to be well. I hope your day is going well and all that. If you hear a little bit rain, it's very rainy here today. So I just wanted to give a quick video. I'm still around, don't worry. Um, but I also want to give my thoughts on Crism Desert, which is why I have the gaming channel title card instead of the usual coffee chat one. So I have been playing Crimson Desert, a game that has, I will say, mixed reviews online. I'm playing it on the PlayStation 5 right now. And I think my biggest issue is one that I've seen a lot is the controls. They're not terrible, it's just for the controller, it's a little not complicated, but if you don't have the mindset to go into your skill tree branch of the menu, you can easily get overwhelmed with how to do what. And in the skill tree, you see you get a lot more stuff going on. But I wouldn't say it's super complicated. I would say it's very forgetful if you don't play it after a couple of days or something like that, or if you have a long lineup of other games. Um, This game originally was supposed to be a MMO, and for those who don't know, that's massive multiplayer online, meaning a lot of people. So the control setup was going to be would be more aligned to that. Now, I will do a quick comparison to say like Final Fantasy 14 where it's very simplified. Um like I played that mostly on my PlayStation. So for the control scheme for the controller, one is you have to use the triggers to activate your hot bar. So say right trigger and then X executes an action, square, circle, triangle, they all do that, and then same with the D-pad. You can double tap for if you set it up an extended hot bar, stuff like that. Would Crimson Desert benefit from that? No, since the attack buttons are the right triggers here, and then bow is left. This is block. So that necessarily would not work in this type of game. But I keep putting it down. For some attacks, you have to push the right one and then a button, face button, and again, when you're in the middle of combat or if you haven't played for a couple of days, it's like, oh shit, how do I do this? Oh yeah, do that. And I have noticed that sometimes the input isn't not perfect, but not like perfectly executed. It's not that the input is canceled or anything. I think maybe I'm doing some things wrong. There's a skill called Nature Force where you can lift stuff up, and I think I've been trying to do that in combat a couple of times, so that one's on me because it doesn't necessarily work. There's also different skills for the triangle, which engages physical combat, meaning no sword or weapon in general. You're just using fisticuffs. Um, I'm going to test it out a little bit more, but I got two skills that says hold the triangle to unleash. So it could be that stage one attack is not as full charge and the other one is fully charged at this point. I'm not sure. Again, I'm going to do some testing on that a little bit later. But again, it could just be my end. I'm not saying the game is terrible. Um, it feels bloated and empty at the same time, in my opinion. It's not something I would go, oh my god, this is terrible or anything like that, but it does remind me a lot of Tears of Kingdom. And that you level up with items from challenges, abysmal abyss sockets. I forget what they're exactly the term is, but you don't level up like a typical RPG. You level up with a particular item in game, kind of like Tears of the Kingdom. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That's totally not like a point away, quote unquote. There's no building, which I am grateful for. Just the Tears of the Kingdom comparison I'm doing is it has this like weird technological city in the sky, shit's falling down now, and you just have this weird technology. I think it's funny that Cliff, the main character you play as, does not question any of this. He's like, "Oh yeah, I can shoot this thing out of my wrist now. It's perfectly fine. Oh, there's something in the sky that's giving me all these weird powers. Yeah, cool, whatever." um, One other thing that happened only a couple of times right now is the horse. It's gone around in circles, and I apologize for no footage or anything like that. I'm not recording the game. I was gonna stream it, but I was just like, whatever. Because I'm either going on with the full story path or I'm just randomly doing shit, and I'm not sure how entertaining that would be. Um, the horse, a couple of times when I'm trying to do a simple turn to get into a spot or a path, literally has started going around in circles for like 10 seconds. And I know 10 seconds isn't a lot, but when you're just trying to go down a path and you're just doing light circles like this, and he's going like this, it's just like it gets a little concerning and a little annoying. It's nothing major. I am in chapter 3 right now. Not too far into it, but this is where I'm told the game starts getting into a little more. And then my one friend who has the game said chapter 5 is where it really opens up. So, um, the one quest I had an issue with, and I say issue, was bringing iron ingots to one of the characters in their first town. Now you get the quest from the guy, but you can't finish it with the guy, and I got really confused on that. I actually had to look that one up, and it's like it feels weird because I do not remember if he said to go to my apprentice to drop the shit off first, or when we were discussing the mission. Because in the statement quest, yeah, the quest summary said hand the ignates to the quest giver, not the quest giver's apprentice who's further away from the place. So it could be a little more specific in some cases. It doesn't need to be like hand holding or like you have or have a halo or have a beam of light shining on the guy or anything like that. But I think some wording choices could be a little bit better. That's about it. Um, Other than that, I don't think I've had any issues with the quests. The story is a little generic and bland. There's nothing wrong with that. It's doing a little bit. It is doing a better job than again Tears of the Kingdom, where it's like all four bosses and sages have the exact same story. Oh, well, we were doing this and we did this, but we failed. So the king had a sacrifice. And so it's like, we were told this 6,000 times already by everyone else. Why are we getting you just as the new person kneeling on the ground from the feet? I think Minoru was the only one that had a different perspective, and she didn't actually. No, she did. Yeah, she did have a boss. I don't remember, but it's just like this one is rebuilding the Gray Mains, where in the beginning you guys get your ass kicked. You literally get killed because the bad guy slits your throat, and Cliff is brought back to life via this super technological place, the Abyss. And it's just like, oh, no questions. Okay, cool. Whereas like Link loses an arm and he gets um whatever his name was. arm as a replacement. But yeah, overall, this game, I would say if you like the more of the MMO aspect style games, this would probably be more for you. If you're just looking for a good hack and slash, um, it might also work for you. There's a lot of enemies that do take a little bit more time to finish off, but it's nothing that's like super difficult or they need to put a easy mode or anything like that. If you're looking just for a general game to shit around in, this is probably not going to be for you. It's definitely not a handheld game, meaning it doesn't tell you exactly what to do, where to go, how to do it, and stuff like that. It does tell you where to go with an X, but if there's like a general location or a very specific location, it won't tell you that. Um, it's not like it's not like a Final Fantasy 14 where it's like it gives you a huge area to scan through, but then you have the sparkles there. It's you kind of have to figure it out for yourself a little bit more. So yeah, Crimson Desert, I'm giving it give it a try if you're an MMO fan. If you're not, don't worry about it. um, but yeah, I'll probably give more of a shortened review if and when if I beat it. I'm gonna say if, just because it's gonna be a long time. So I'll give a shortened review later. Um, but yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.